Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the conference call, the video conference call for Ken Bennett. We're going to be learning a little bit about how to use the online call center and do some phone banking for KenBennett.com. My name is Ron Robinson, and I am digital guy, but I also know how to speak a little bit of regular person, so I'm going to be your moderator tonight. And everyone's going to be welcome to ask questions, and I'll be glad to answer any questions as we go along in our instruction here. So the first thing I want to show you all is the Ken Bennett Activist website, which is at nb.kenbennett.com. It's like the regular web address, except you've just got an NB in front of it. That stands for Nation Builder, by the way, and that's in big print on this slide that's just about to come up here. Hang on. We'll get the big print here in a second. There we go, nb.kenbennett.com. So if you're starting to call or coming back to call, there happens to be a big button right up here in the upper right that says activated callers, make calls. So all you have to do is click that button, and that's going to take you to the page where you can follow a link to make calls. Now there's a couple of instructive videos right here that you can watch, and I'll let you watch those separately when you come to this page yourself. I'm not going to play these videos right now, but this is the page you would come to if you're already an activated caller. And Gina and Ricky, I know that you guys are activated, so you would come here. So you can ignore what I'm about to show you on the screen right now, because for the callers that are here that are not activated yet, I'm going to show you something that you're able to do to get yourself activated. And that would be to follow this link right up here that says, if you're not an activated caller, you can self-activate by clicking here. And I'm going to do that. Remember, Gina, Ricky, you guys don't need to do this because you're already activated, okay? But I'm going to go to self-activate, and I'm going to type in, let's see, I'm going to type in an email address that hasn't been used yet. I'm going to type in ron@prosync.net. Now, you can have any username you want, but for ease of remembering, I'm going to suggest that you all use your email address as your username. So I'm just copying this so that I can paste it right there in the self-enroll form, and then click sign up. Now, as you can see, it said thank you for signing up. Check your email to activate the account. So that's what you would do. You would go pick up your email, and there'll be a link in there where you can click the link in the email. Actually, in that particular email, you have to copy and paste the link because it's not a link in the email. And then follow the link, and it will ask you to set a password. So set a password that you'll remember, and then you'll be able to come back. So once you finish that, you would proceed down here and go to please go here to log in and start making calls. So that takes you right back to where we just were, to the activated caller screen. So let's go ahead and take a look at what happens when we click the activated caller screen. You click that, and it's actually going to open a new window. I've opened a new tab here, and I'm going to go ahead and log in with a login that I set up earlier. So my username I set to my email address, and then I did that earlier when I signed up, just like you saw a moment ago, and then I type in my password. Hang on just a second. I think I mistyped that. Okay, then I'm clicking sign in. Now, for some people, you are going to be asked for a choice of more than one campaign. This particular login was assigned this campaign automatically, but if you're asked to choose your campaign, click on $5 one more campaign. That's the campaign we want everybody calling on. So if you have a choice, click on this one right here, $5 one more. If you use that sign up screen that I just signed up on, then you'll automatically be in this campaign. So you're not going to see a list or anything. We don't show you a list because it's actually easier than that. When you're ready to start calling, what you do is you would click on the Join Campaign button, and it's going to it's actually going to call you. It's going to phone your phone, and it's going to call you, and it's going to seem like one long call here. To you, it's going to be one long phone call, and what you're doing is you're just clicking next. Basically, you're telling it to do the next call, next call, next call, and so forth, and you're good to go there. Hang on just a second here. I'm going to close that. Let me. I don't want to be trying to make calls while we're doing this, so we're going to switch over to some pictures now. This is the actual picture of the call screen, and it's going to call and call. You'll be listening to hold music while it's trying to get a live caller on the phone for you. Now, when a caller does pick up, you'll either hear a voicemail prompt. That happens quite frequently, or you'll hear somebody just say hello, and then you would look right there to see who you're talking to, and you'd say, oh, hello John, hello Jane, I'm calling you, and this is your script right here. In this case, we're saying, hello, this is Ron. I'm a volunteer from the Ken Bennett for Governor campaign. Thank you for your $5 contribution, because we're calling people who did donate the $5. Then you'd explain, we've got the deadline coming up. We need help. Could you please call or text somebody and get one more $5 donation today? To be truthful, I've made about 70 of these calls, and I'm asking them to call 2 friends, and they always agree. So almost all of them are glad to. You're calling somebody really friendly, and almost all of them are very, very willing to contact a couple of people that they know and ask them to go to kenbennett.com and click the $5 Clean Elections button to make a $5 donation through the Secretary of State. So now sometimes I'm going to switch pictures here. Hang on just a second here. Now sometimes you will get a voicemail, and you don't worry about voicemail stage fright. If I get a voicemail and I hear somebody answering the voicemail, I can just click this drop voicemail button right here. And what that's going to happen is that's going to appear to you as if it's dropping the call, and you move on to the next call. But what it's doing in the background is it's leaving a recording that we recorded beforehand, and it's dropping that recording of Ken Bennett asking them to do the same thing that we're talking about here in the script, asking them to do the same thing. So you don't have to actually dictate the voicemail. You can let the system leave the voicemail for you. Let me stop right here and ask, especially Gina and Ricky, do you guys have any questions at this point?
No, this is great because I feel like I understand it now.
Yeah. Christine, do you have any questions? I see you're on the call, Christine. Okay, I guess Christine doesn't have any questions. So let's take a look at another situation. Now, before, you can see up here that it says that we're on a call. Now, what we have to do at the end of each call is we have to record the call disposition. That's down here. And you've got a drop-down box here that's empty, and I'm sorry I can't open this drop-down box because this is a static image. So I'm going to go on and show you, but you would click on this drop-down box, and it will show you several different dispositions. For answer, it may be no answer, or it might be they answered and we had a conversation, or it might be that we left voicemail. If you hit the drop voicemail button up here, you'll still have to set the disposition to left message, and then click the save button. And clicking this green save button is what makes you move on to the next call. Regardless of what situation you're in, hitting that green save button will call it to change up here and tell you that it's going to the next call. You'll also see some messages over here in this part of the screen that will tell you different things about the different disposition, and you can dismiss those little messages by clicking on the X that's in the message. It's real easy to do. I would suggest staying away from this mute button, because if you have to yell at your dog to quit barking, certainly do hit the mute button. But the danger here is that if you click that mute button, you might forget that you have it clicked, and then when you try to talk to somebody, they can't hear you. So keep an eye on that mute button and make sure that you are unmuted.
All right.
Let's go to the next picture and talk a little bit more about these call dispositions. Hang on here. I thought I had that. Just a second here. Okay. That one. Okay. This one. There we go. Here's a call disposition that I set earlier on one of my calls. I was looking right there to see the name of the person that I talked to, and then I used the script to describe, the purpose of my call and everything like that. And then when I finished with the call, I clicked down here and I set the disposition to they did answer the call. And this person happened to be in Vermont on vacation, and they couldn't talk right now because they were at dinner. So I just, recorded the disposition of couldn't talk now, and I clicked the save button, and then it just goes on to the next call. And you see up here, it's prompting me to click save to move ahead. So it's waiting for me to click save down here, whether I typed anything in here or not. But I do have to set a disposition up here, whether I type anything in here or not. I do have to click save, and then it's going to move on to the next call. So I'm only looking at one person at a time. I don't have to do any dialing at all, because the system is doing the dialing for me. And what it's actually doing is it's dialing 2 or 3 numbers at a time so we can move through the calls quickly. So it's what they call in the industry predictive dialing. I hope I'm not getting too technical. It's, not anything that's complicated, but that's how you do it. Now, when you're ready to stop for the evening, or you need to take a break, you would click leave campaign over here. That means I've got to go to the bathroom or something like that. And so when you leave the campaign, you will need to go over here and log out. Let's see here. Nope, don't have it. You'll need to log out. And then when you come back to resume calling, you'll just have to log in again like we did right here. So let me stop again and ask if anybody has any questions.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, this might be a short call. So, Gina, Ricky, you guys already know how to log in. I think you're logging in successfully. By the way, I do want to say that what I've been showing you on the screen here tonight, it's best if you do this from a computer or from a notebook, or I was even using my iPad a little while ago to make these calls. If you try to do them on your phone, you might encounter some problems. It's fine to go ahead and try to do it on the phone, but I've only had a short time to prepare. I only came to work for the campaign yesterday, and so I haven't had a lot of time to prepare content for a training call like this. And so I don't have phone video to show you guys how to do it on the phone.
Well, I was going to ask if we could do this straight from the computer without the phone.
No, you will have to have your phone, because when you click the hang on here. When you click, remember up here we had the join campaign button. Let me just go ahead and go in here now and just go ahead and log in again. Let me do it this way. Okay, there's that join campaign button I told you about earlier. The first time you do this, when you click the join campaign button, it's going to ask you for your phone number. Now, if it knows your phone number already, then it's just going to dial you without asking you this question. But if you do get this prompt, type in the phone number that you're using. I type in my cell phone number, and then we hit the start calling button. And what it will do is it will instantly call you on the phone that you specified right here, and then it's just one long phone call as far as your phone is concerned,
right.
and you're just hitting those buttons that I told you earlier.
Right.
So being able to use a headset that's plugged into your computer, that's not supported.
Okay.
I think there is a way to do it, but I need to test it before I start training on that.
Okay.
Okay. I think it's easy enough, you know, just to type in your phone number, and then it'll go off like that for you. Okay.
Oh,
am I being clear about this? I'm so glad you've got questions I can help with.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. I heard somebody else. Any other questions?
I just said thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, I've covered everything that I want to cover in this call. If you guys don't have any more questions, we could go ahead and draw this call to a close. There's no reason to go on with information that you don't need. Do you all feel safe and capable and confident in going on to make calls?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, terrific. That's real satisfactory to me. I'm really happy about that. So thank you for being on the call. Thank you so much, because we really need people to make these calls, and I really appreciate you being on the call. I know how hard you're working, and I appreciate it, and Christine appreciates it, and so does Ken Bennett. I know that for a fact. So thank you all so much, and we'll go ahead and draw this call to a close. Now, I will be posting this video on the website, and I'll send you guys a link as to where the video is if you guys want to review it.
Outstanding.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hey, listen, thank you all so much. Thanks for being on the call. Let me go ahead and give you my phone number verbally. It's the same number I just typed into the screen here, if you're able to read that. It's 626-375-5472, and that's my cell phone. You'll get me first time, every time, and I am available to you night or day if you guys encounter any challenges, if I can help you in any way. We want to get these calls made, and we're willing to go the extra mile to do it. So thank you all so much. We'll put this up on the website as a recording, and do let me know if I can help further.
All right. Can you repeat your number one more time?
Yes, it's 626-375-5472.
5472. Okay.
That's correct.
Much, Ron.
Okay, terrific. You all have a great evening. Thank you for being on the call.
Ron.
Good evening. Good luck calling. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.